Warriors and Guardians, welcome back. This Guardian Mode's back online. So another quick one today. Remember that video I made last time talking about that Southport killer, you know, that Axel Blueberry Banana? And I was telling you guys that he should be treated like Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter. Well, it turns out that from the article that I read yesterday, the prison authorities have decided to make some alterations to the way that he's being imprisoned in his cell, and they've designed like this one-way hatch system to that either only the prison guard or Axel can access the contents of the hatch inside, one at a time. And maybe they've watched my video and taken inspiration from it, I don't know. But I'm glad that he's being treated in the way that he is, and that the prison authorities have been taking it seriously, considering the incident of throwing the kettle of boiling water at that prison guard. They should have been taking this seriously from the get-go and treated him like Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter, for the monster, for the treacherous, devilish, wicked character that he is, as I've said. Now, there's an even more serious question that's been posed as well in light of this situation, and that is, should the death penalty be reinstated into the United Kingdom? And this is a question that Rupert Lowe has actually raised on numerous occasions on his X profile. He's been talking about, you know, whether or not the death penalty should be brought back, and whether should we actually punish people, criminals who've committed the most serious, heinous crimes, murderers, rapists, serial killers, sexual predators, you know, in very extreme circumstances. Should they be given the axe and be treated with the death penalty? Now, I personally have I'm quite on the fence on this. On the one hand, I think that from a Christian perspective, taking the life of a human being shouldn't be decided on the behalf of human beings. This should be on the level of God's judgment. This is not for us to decide, and this would be going against the will of God. I think that forgiveness, the essence of forgiveness and redemption, being able to give people a second chance, should be put in the highest order. That's what made the West so great, is that we were able to forgive those who've committed the most serious crimes. And there've been numerous examples of people who've completely turned their lives around after, you know, killing someone or committing a serious act. But on the other hand, should these people be treated with the death penalty, considering the problems that we have with illegal immigration and the threat of Islam? We are living in the most darkest of times in the West, in the English-speaking world, and also in European countries as well. I think this is a very good question that Rupert Lowe has been raising, and I think personally that there should be a referendum, a national referendum on reinstating the death penalty. So I don't think that my personal views, as well as the views of many Christians, should be applied ubiquitously across the board for the whole of the country. I think that the people should be entitled to decide on whether or not the death penalty should be reinstated. And there should be a fair referendum on this matter. And I think Nick Tinconi has made it very clear that, you know, he wants a referendum on the death penalty as well. You know, if UKIP ever get into power, he will be holding a calling for a referendum on the death penalty. I think this is a very fair decision to make. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. You know, should the death penalty be reinstated? Should there be a referendum on the death penalty, or should the death penalty just stay in its abolished state as it was all those years ago? So yeah, let me know what you think. This is a very controversial topic, I know, but I think it's time for us to ask ourselves the question on whether or not we should be holding a referendum on the death penalty. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video. Guardian Most Clocking out.